Hey everybody, I'm out here bleaching deer skulls. A couple of deer I killed this year. It's pretty wide, rack 9 point early in the season, and killed this one the last day of season. And also bleaching a skull of a deer that I killed about 3, 4 years ago and never did bleach it out. And all I do these days is do these European mounts. This is the one I killed last year and the year before. So I've been on a pretty good run lately. And right now I'm kind of transitioning from deer to turkey season. And before I make that transition, it'd probably be better to write it down, but I always just kind of review what I did this past season and what I did right and what I did wrong. Probably the number one thing I've done right the last couple of years, I've done a lot of practicing from out of a tree stand, and that's really worked for me. I've hunted a lot higher out of a tree stand, so I'm getting more shots. Shots are a little more difficult, but all that practice out of a tree stand has helped me make those shots. And this past year, I did exceptionally well in the fact that I didn't spine shoot any deer. If you spine shoot a deer, you're just literally this far from shooting over the top of his back, or basically wounding him at the top of the back. This close from unrecovered deer when you spine shoot him. I didn't spine shoot a single deer. Everything was hit middle of the vitals to maybe a little bit to the low side. And so had a real good year with that. Killed 7 deer, 2 bucks, and the rest does. And none of them went any distance at all. All of them. I used my dog a lot just to give him the work. I wouldn't have had to, use a dog any. A couple of the deer I heard or saw fall, or three or four of them I heard or saw fall. So it was overall a good year. What I did wrong this past year, and I'm gonna try to clean it up next year, is I didn't really have a good solid plan for what broadhead I wanted to shoot. I shot some of the great whites, and I shot deer with a now all these been shot through deer at one time. They had bleeders in them, so there's a big tree shark glue on, and it had a bleeder on. And I shot a lot of deer with these safaris with the bleeders. And what I saw was a safari, and safari is by no means, none of the salmons are small heads. They're all huge heads. Their smallest head is a huge head. Their biggest heads are just astronomically big. It's unreal how big. You're talking a 2.25 inch wide head, and I put a 1 1/8 inch bleeder in this thing, and it broke out on the shot, so it's not in there anymore. But anyway, what I found is the blood trails are just way better with the bigger heads, and it's not even close. And so I'm leaning towards picking a bow that's going to shoot, say, the tree shark really well, and tune that bow really well. Find out which bow will shoot the tree shark the best, which bow will shoot the great white the best, and just set up those two heads for those bows. And I'm not saying I won't have uh, a two-blade Simmons in the quiver too, because those big heads take up so much room. Sometimes you just had to literally put one tree shark in there or one great white, and then stagger up some other broadheads in there, just to make room. Or you could probably put two in there, two and two, and that two smaller heads, maybe without bleeders, and two great whites or two tree sharks, and you'd be good to go. And that's probably what I'm gonna do next year. And another thing, I tried to shoot too many bows last year. I shot the buffalo. I shot one of the black widows, and back here is a bear, and I shot that bear. And that bear, I've never had a bow that I could shoot so good, but when I take it hunting, I can't connect with it. I don't know what's wrong, so I'm probably just gonna just scratch trying to kill a deer with a bear next year. And that's my plan. My other thing I really did right this year versus last year is all summer I worked on a shot cycle, a mental shot cycle where I was focused on the finish. I didn't care about where the arrows hit. All I was worried about is what I did on the back end of the bow. My follow through, wanted good firm follow through, and I got that close. I got about halfway of where I need to be with that, and I'm gonna work on that more this summer and get hopefully just perfect. I'm really not worried about shooting extremely tight groups, but I don't want to ever be outside a 6-inch circle at 15 yards. So I'm working for more consistency and less bad shots, and that's what I'm gonna do. Now, turkey season, kind of segueing into turkey season. I'm really undecided what I'm gonna do as far as which bow I'm gonna shoot. Whether I'm gonna go back to my compound and try to kill gobblers, or whether I'll just use my recurve and I'll have more targets with a recurve because I don't mind shooting a Jake with the recurve. So I've got a lot of Jakes out there, not many long beards. So I'm kind of leaning towards trying to really try with a recurve this year because I've just got so many more targets that I can shoot. It's kind of like bow hunting with a recurve where I love to shoot does. I've got more targets out there. If I was using my compound, I'd be holding out for bucks. But anyway, that's it. Deer season's over and done with. I'm wrapping it up and fixing to segue right into turkey season.